The Nuggets have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend home court. Welcome to the Pepsi Center in Denver. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Tip-off goes to Denver. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the floor for Dallas, Parsons and Dirk are in at the forward spots. Williams is out there with Matthews. And it's Pachulia in at the center position.
And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
Oof, he is one of the most determined rebounders, Clark, we have got in the NBA.
Yeah, you're calling it right, Kevin. I mean, he gets so many second chance points because of how hard he works to get to the rebound.
And so the Denver Nuggets get the first points in the ballgame. Nowitzki gets a wide open look, nails the wide open jump shot.
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
And Dirk Nowitzki last season, I felt like the first time we saw real signs of wear and tear from all the years of him playing. His field goal percentage, points per game, rebounds, all off his career averages. And that said, though, he's still a crafty, dangerous guy to have to go up against.
Nowitzki a screen. Williams with the ball, guarded now by Jackson, and he gets it to go. Nowitzki's got his second basket.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
And it's Carter penetrating, and Dirk Nowitzki gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Kemp dishes to Mutombo. Right side, Kemp. Good.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, earlier I had a chance to speak with Rick Carlisle, and my first question was, what's the plan against Kevin Durant? Probably the premier scorer in the entire league. He said, well, it starts with trying to keep the ball out of his hands, because once he catches it, you're kind of at his mercy. Guys, Durant's so long, he can just shoot over the top. When he does get the ball, expect to see some double teams.
And thank you for that, Doris. The Nuggets shooting their first free throws of this game. That's good from Vince Carter. Tanking is something that all teams that are out of it tend to do. I hate that word, Clark, but it seems to be the one used by a lot. Nuggets didn't really try to hide it last season either.
Well, you know, it certainly looked that way. Right around March, they just started sitting key players for no real reason. They framed it as rest, but it didn't quite look that way.
Now here's Williams. The kick out to Matthews. And it's Matthews again missing. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And guys, for the Nuggets, it seemed to come out of the blue for their players. They all felt fresh, but the press release would say they needed rest. So obviously a bit of miscommunication there.
And, you know, back to the Nuggets and giving up a bit near the end of the season, miscommunications like that can really bother a player. Still, it's a viable strategy. I don't know if it's viable, but it's a strategy that could pay dividends if executed the right way.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
It's Williams with the drive. This one for 3. They grab their own miss. Pachulia, good.
They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Jackson misses.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
Nowitzki with the screen on Durant. Off the pick. And it comes off the front of the rim. Denver leading by 3. Carter left side. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
Well, you know, the Mavs made the playoffs last season, but they really had a hard time against the rest of the Western Conference contenders, in part because they struggled defensively. Offensively, they were pretty good, but they didn't quite come up with enough stops when they needed them.
Greg, you talked about what the Mavs did, how they played against the West, 29-23 record against the rest of the conference.
Yeah, but Kevin, it's a little misleading, the win total. I mean, if you look at the Mavs against the teams that they compare themselves to, which are the playoff teams in the West, they were only 10-18 over the course of the season.
Good point. Here's what Denver's going with right now. The Monsters checked in for Kevin. Billups comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Abdul Rauf in for Jackson. And Chauncey Billups gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Mavericks trail by 3. Nobody near Parsons. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Parsons got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Carter kicks to Billups. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them.
Felton the pass to Nowitzki. And Villanueva kicks to Parsons. Nowitzki with the screen on Carter. Villanueva with the bucket.
Well, that was Dirk Nowitzki getting in the way of the defense right there. Well done.
The Nuggets have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Well, he's got to watch himself now. I mean, that's 2 fouls already, and he can't afford another one.
The Mavericks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. That free throw good from Barea. And both free throws good for Barea. 19 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Carter, the pass to the Monster. Back to Carter. Here's the Monster, covered by Parsons. Evans with the steal. Here's Barea. That misses. Would have kind of had it gone in. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. The Nuggets on top, leading by a point. From the Pepsi Center in downtown. And Kevin Durant, former MVP. Still feels like he has room to grow, and he gives us some insight into that philosophy.
I think it's another level I can go to. You know, always can be better.
Well, the will seems to be there, Greg, but Kevin Durant seems surrounded by uncertainty. Can he get that and stay healthy for the entire season? How does he work with his new coach? Where does he really want to be?
You know, the truth is, no one but Kevin knows the answers to those questions. And quite frankly, he may not know right now what those answers are. He's a very unique and introspective kind of guy, as we all saw when he accepted that MVP award a couple years ago. So let's just stay tuned on this one.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
You know, it's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really tuned in with one another.
Good ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard.
On the court for Dallas here in the second. Harris is out there with Williams. Then there's Pachulia. Then it's Matthews. And it's Evans in at the power forward.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Durant for 3. Here's Kemp. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the football.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
You know, and if that play is any indication, that's a battle they're willing to put every ounce of their energy into winning.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle was saying to the team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Nowitzki. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Nowitzki's got the lead up to 2 now for the Mavs.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Dirk Nowitzki, what can you say? Future Hall of Famer, too many accolades to list, but most important, NBA champion and Greg Finals MVP in 2011.
Yeah, and Kevin, history has proven time and time again, you really need a future Hall of Famer on your team to win a championship. Just look at all the teams that have won the title through the years.
On the wing, Williams, the 3. Williams with another miss.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Gallinari, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Williams against Thompson. Tries from 16. And there's Dirk Nowitzki on the assist by Williams. 10 points for Nowitzki.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Here's Thompson. No good. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. There's 1:54 left in the first half of basketball. Nowitzki a screen. Harris. Rejected by Gasol. And he's able to get it back. They set the screen. Matthews, no one around him. Bangs home the trifecta. Matthews has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Outside Jackson from 11 feet away. Some solid defense from Harris.
The spin freed him up, but he just couldn't follow through with the shot.
Kicks it to Nowitzki. Gallinari with the rebound.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Down low, knocks it loose. Kemp with the steal. Thompson from long range, but they'll get another chance. Kemp with the bucket.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Denver. Mutombo is checked in for Gasol. Carter comes in for Thompson. And Chauncey Billups has subbed in for Jackson. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Charlie Villanueva's checked in for Pachulia. Parsons comes in for Wesley Matthews. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Darren Williams. And Barea subbed in for Harris. Mavs made the playoffs again last season. 14th playoff berth for them in the last 15 years, and only the San Antonio Spurs have made more, Greg, over that time frame.
Yeah, and they had a tough first-round opponent in the number 2 seed, Houston. A good old Texas tussle between the 2 and the 7 seeds.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Abdul Rauf is checked in. And Dallas also making a switch. Evans is checked in. And so Villanueva nails both of them.
Yeah, and you know, the Mavs got bounced out by the Rockets in 5 games in round 1. They were able to avoid the sweep, but losing the first 3 was way too much to overcome.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. The Nuggets have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Definitely an area where they can improve. Only 73% as a team from the line last year.
And, you know, there was plenty of blame to go around for that. I mean, it wasn't just 1 or 2 guys. I mean, for the most part, the entire team struggled.
There's 25 seconds left here in the second. Dallas has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Villanueva with a screen on Billups. And Billups over to help. 6 on the shot clock. Villanueva with the bucket. Here is Carter. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Mavericks lead by 2. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Kevin, obviously a very close game. What has been your approach tonight?
Well, we're just trying to pack the paint. Those guys are great. So we're just trying to make them see a few guys, get some deflections, and get some easy baskets.
Kevin, thank you so much. A hard-working Kevin Durant, gentlemen.
All right, Doris, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
Efficiency, efficiency, efficiency. The 3 E's, Shaq. That's all I got to say. They've avoided turning the basketball over, and that's a recipe for success. Now, here's how they do it. By sacrificing the highlight reel plays, you get good looks, and those home run plays will still come.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
The big positive, I think, their points in the paint. They were determined to work the ball inside of Ernie. It worked. It's always worked. I got 4 rings. I know it works for a fact. That's why they call me Dr. O'Neal, because I'm a master at being dominant on the inside. Anyway, you got to keep that going, because that will continue.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. A fantastic game from Shawn Kemp in this one.
Just a dominating performance in the post by him so far. Just tearing them to shreds when he gets it inside.
Yeah, and getting it to him is the only hard part, fellas. I mean, once he has it, he's automatic. Forget about it. He can do work down there.
We've got Durant. Kemp is out there with Mutombo. Then there's Jackson, and it's Carter in a 2-guard. That's the group on the floor for Denver. 14 feet away, and it's Dallas with another. Denver with the ball, trailing by 4.
And Chandler Parsons, changing teams last season, saw a little bit of a regression. Down in points, rebounds, and assists, but more troubling, down in field goal and free throw percentage. So you can tell that that transition to a new team, new system, new role definitely had an impact.
Pachulia, good.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Here's Carter. The Mavericks pull it in. Pachulia's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Williams kicks to Pachulia. Here's Nowitzki. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. And now a 6-point Maverick lead.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
And Zaza Pachulia, for my money, has been one of the toughest players in the league. He's got a boxer's mentality. Even his face looks a little bit like a boxer's. He doesn't have the quick twitch muscles of some guys, but his power and effort consistently stand out.
Denver calls timeout. Talking about Zaza's toughness, it's one of the reasons he has such a high rebounds per minute average over his career. And defending on the blocks, he's almost unmovable.
You know, Coach Kidd loves Zaza. Even started him over John Henson by the end of the season. I mean, he's always willing to trade body blows down low and certainly wins his fair share of those battles.
The Monsters checked in for Mutombo. The offensive rebound, and that one's good.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
The Nuggets missed the postseason again last year. Never really had a good look at it and just fell in the back of the pack.
And it's the second straight year of not playing playoff basketball in Denver. This coming on the heels of 10 straight bursts between 04 and 13.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Yes, thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle was saying to the team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Nowitzki. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Parsons attacking, plays it up and banks it in. Parsons got the lead back up to 6 now for the Mavs.
And, you know, for Denver, historically, they've enjoyed a lot of success for a long time. I mean, missing the playoffs consecutively might have been the wake-up call they needed to try something different going forward.
Williams kicks to Pachulia. Parsons for 3. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one. And listen, it's sometimes really hard for teams like the Nuggets to know when to rebuild. So while they weren't quite sure what they had coming into last season, by the end of it, they had a clear idea of what direction they needed to head into for the future.
Harris is checked in for the Mavericks. Nowitzki, no good.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
The monster passes to Jackson. There's the pass to Kemp. It's stolen by Harris. Here's Matthews, and it's denied. And pushing it up, here's Denver, and stolen by Parsons. Williams dishes to Harris. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. Big group substitution here for Denver. Pau Gasol, he's checked in for the Monster. Alinari comes in for Kemp. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Vince Carter. And Chauncey Billups has subbed in for Jackson. And then for Dallas, Charlie Villanueva's checked in for Matthews. Felton comes in for Darren Williams. And Barea subbed in for Devin Harris.
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum. Pau Gasol was the number 3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a second-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
Outside, Felton. Shot clock at 6. Dishes to Barea. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Back to Billups. Lets it go from deep. Another 3 for Denver.
And that's one of his strengths, knocking down those long-range jump shots.
Mavericks trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far. That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More active and more physical down low. That's what's really been the difference thus far.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
And it's Nowitzki penetrating, can't cash in from close range. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
Yeah, that's a tough call there with the naked eye. Fortunately, the league's replay center able to slow it down, zoom in, and check all the angles.
Exactly, making certain the right call was made. They've done a great job of speeding the process and giving the officials the information they need to arrive at the right call.
And they've seen enough. The basket will not count. The quarter has come to an end before the shot.
Still important to have a second look at it, Kevin. I mean, the technology's available, so you might as well use it.
Absolutely. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Denver on top as they end the third quarter with a massive 16-6 run. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. The Nuggets leading by 4 on the court for the Mavericks. Pachulio's out there with Charlie Villanueva. Then there's Felton. Then it's Matthews. And it's Barea in at the 1 spot. They get the rebound. The Monster lays it up and in on the nice reverse. The Monster's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Denver. There's the screen. Felton kicks to Matthews. Pass to Barea. There's the dish to Felton. 6 to shoot. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Jeremy Evans checks in for Villanueva. Harris comes in for Raymond Felton. And it's Williams in for J.J. Barea. Now Billups. Passes it to the Monster. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. And it's an 8-point Nugget lead.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
And he gets the bucket.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Denver calls timeout. And guys, over the last 2 seasons, Devin Harris has been a backup point guard, but one could argue that he's outperformed the guys that are directly ahead of him.
That's exactly right, Kevin. I mean, Harris came back to the team that he started his career with to be a support player, but injuries, trades, and generally poor fits elevated Harris's importance to the team.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
During that break, Coach Mike Malone had some words for his team. He was absolutely adamant, saying, don't let them off the hook. Let's keep our foot on the pedal and keep doing the things that have gotten us here this far. We're almost home.
Here's the Monster, and that's a foul called on Jeremy Evans. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
And he gets the bucket. The Monster's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nuggets.
You know, getting back to Devin Harris, he can really help you. But you want to do one thing, limit his minutes. 11 full seasons under his belt. Slender in build. It's best to play him around half the game if you can. And really credit their advantage on the backcourt. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Greg, simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now.
And the Mavericks.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Was a good fit for Coach Carlisle's flow offense. I mean, this guy's been around a long time, and there are very few that are quicker than him with the ball. You know, the Nuggets could create their offense, but they still would have trouble knocking down the shots. Just didn't have a lot of dead-eye laser shooters. Every field goal attempt with them was an adventure.
Big group substitution here for Denver. Tumbo, he's checked in for the Monster. Kemp comes in for Gallinari. Carter, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Jackson in for Chauncey Billups. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Outside Matthews. No luck. Great D that time from Kemp. Nuggets did have their problems on the offensive end, too, something that's rare for them, hitting the open shot and the mid-range shot and beyond being one of them.
You know, Kevin, how about being last in the league in catch-and-shoot field goal percentage? I mean, got a good amount of looks that way, but really struggled shooting only 34% in those situations.
Williams with a clean look. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he'd shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Out to Harris. This one for three. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Harris has got it back down to single digits for the Mavs. The screen from Kemp. Jackson passes to Durant. He kicks it to Kemp. And he gets it to go.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Jackson against Williams. Back to Harris. 6 on the shot clock. The feed to Evans. And it's off from three-point range. The Nuggets leading by 11. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. Drains the three-pointer.
They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
You know, sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. They are certainly the bugs tonight. Nothing going their way.
And I'm not even sure that I'd want to be the windshield.
No, maybe the windshield wiper.
Yeah, right.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Shawn Kemp. He's got 14 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show.
Big group substitution here for Denver. Pau Gasol's checked in for Mutombo. Gallinari comes in for Kevin Durant. Thompson, he's checked in for Vince Carter. And it's Abdul Rauf in for Jackson. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dallas. Parsons comes in for Harris.
Not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge, too.
They've been the aggressors, plain and simple, outworking them, fighting for every loose ball.
Pass to Parsons. Shot to stop the run. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
With his first shot attempt, and it's Gallinari missing.
That's what we call good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Misses. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. We'll see you later.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's move on to our Jordan Player of the Game. He delivered quite a star performance. Not uncommon, as we've seen him have this sort of terrific night many times.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. I'm getting jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.